Running 26.2 miles all at once is certainly not a simple task. It takes months of preparation to even have the hope of crossing the finish line. Today, I will share with you the marathon training app that brings the user much closer to reaching that goal. By incorporating a clear and customized training plan with the ability to interact with friends also training for the race, users are motivated to keep up with their challenging training schedule. So let's take a look at the app's functionality. Through my research, I found that most users are looking for a very straightforward and easy-to-use app with not a lot of bells and whistles. On the home screen, you will see the navigation to the training group, training schedule, as well as a navigation to find existing training groups and create a new training plan. So, to get started, let's create our first training plan. Usually when users are training for a marathon, they build their schedule around their race date. So let's say that our user is scheduled to complete their first marathon on April 9th. Also, since this will be our user's first marathon, they would be most suited for a beginner's schedule. Runners with different skill levels will run various distances throughout the schedule based on their experience. Usually, each training schedule contains one long run per week. From the user interviews, I found that it was very important to give the users the opportunity to select when they would do their long run for the week, as the users had very hectic schedules. Let's say that the user would like to do their long run on Sundays because that's when they'll have the most free time. Then, with just one click, a training plan is born. You will notice that the blue dot on the 19th indicates the current date, and when you click on each date, the scheduled training run distance is shown. What happens when you select a training run that was completed in the past? Here you will see that since the user completed their training run, they're able to click to get a reward. And what is the reward, you ask? Well, the app offers a variety of coupons to local running gear stores that runners can use throughout the duration of their training schedule. Once they're at the store and ready to purchase, all they will need to do is have the cashier scan straight from their phone. You will also notice the easy-to-use navigation shown by the hamburger menu. The user can easily navigate between months and see the scheduled training runs. Let's take a look at what's on the schedule for January 4th. 6 miles. What if the user knew they had a full day of meetings scheduled and they knew they did not have enough time to complete a 6-mile training run? Let's see what's scheduled for January 3rd. 3 miles. Now, you'll notice the user is able to switch the two training days. This feature is very important to our users to have that flexibility in their schedules. Now, the user is able to confirm this switch of 3 miles and 6 miles. Now, you will see the user will run 6 miles on January 3rd and 3 miles on January 4th. You also notice that some days will have more detailed workouts, like the track workout that you see here. Users want to incorporate a variety of workouts, but often find it as challenging to follow along. By keeping the detailed track workout on their phone, users can easily keep track of each segment that they have completed. What about the big day, you ask? This training app also makes sure to indicate when the big day of the race is. Remember, April 9th. Let's take a look. Now that we've seen the training schedule functionality, let's see if we can join a training group. Now let's just say I knew a friend who had mentioned a training group, and I knew that in the title of the training group it had runners or something or other, but I couldn't remember the full title. I can easily type here, runners, and then set a search radius. Let's say 10 miles. Crazy Runners, Crew of Run. NH Runners. That's the one I was looking for. Let's join. You will now be able to scroll through the group members. Don't see your friend on the menu? Go ahead and add through Facebook, or maybe email. Or maybe your local contacts, or even Google+. This is very important since many of the users mentioned wanting to add other users through Facebook. One user even mentioned in the usability study itself that would be very helpful to add from their phone contacts. Now that we have a training group, let's see some of the group's activity. Now this feature is incredibly important as it is really why the app will be so successful. Users mentioned that they're very motivated by what I would refer to as, well, actually peer pressure. Now, if a user is feeling tired and not feeling like going out for a run, they might actually think and remember that their friends will all see their progress and start to feel more motivated to not let the group down and make sure to complete their runs. On this screen, you will see the training group members can motivate each other through comments as well as the ability to like training runs. Users also have the ability to see planned runs and encourage their group. Here, it has the same functionality. Maybe offer some motivational comments. Well, now you've seen the simplicity and the power of the Marathon Training app. Throughout this process, it has been incredibly encouraging to hear potential users say that this is something that they would actually use, well, definitely use, to train for a marathon. So remember, if you choose to train for 26.2, the Marathon Trainer app is here for you.